All right, so UFC 328 fight week is here, and these are my picks for the main event using UFC 5. All right, I'll start from Bobby Green versus, sorry, King Green. That boy actually changed his name, which I think is hilarious. You're already old and you change your name. All right. He's a cool dude, though, I ain't gonna lie. So, Bobby Green, King Green against Jeremy Stevens. Jeremy Stevens came back to the UFC after fighting in bare knuckle, getting juiced up to the gills. That boy was looking thick as hell. But you know, USADA's not here anymore, and they can kind of get away with more stuff now, even though he's like on a testing pool. I think he fought. He already came back to the UFC. Jeremy Stevens did and fought and lost, but he's still Jeremy Stevens. Packs a great punch. Bobby Green's being cut one too many times in his last few fights, but he's still winning fights. I'll pick Bobby Green here. You know, only thing that of course Stevens has a puncher's chance, but I'll pick Green on a decision here. Fight of the night. No. Brady Buckley. I'm not giving Buckley much of a chance, even though he's training with Kamaru Usman, the guy who lay on top of him on his last fight and broke his winning streak. And now he's training with Kamaru Usman for this fight, but I think it's gonna be a little bit, it's gonna be a little bit too little, too late, and Sean Brady is gonna get the win here by decision. I can even see a sub. I'll be bold. I'll say, yeah, sub round 3. Volkov versus Acosta, Waldo Cortez Acosta, my Dominican brother. First of all, the disrespect, my brother. Why UFC 5 doesn't have Waldo Cortez Acosta? It just has an uncreated character, a shadow in there. The disrespect. But anyways, Waldo Cortez Acosta is gonna do it by decision. I don't see him knocking out a tall, rangy, and good striker. Volkov is a good striker. Former Bellator champion, hey, never forget. But yeah, decision. Fight of the night, no, I don't think so. Van versus Taira. Okay, we getting to the co-main here. Van versus Taira. I gotta say, man, I made a video about this, and I said it's 60-40 Taira, 60-40 chance, and I still think that. I think the grappling is gonna be a little too much. I think he's gonna get the decision, maybe a sub, but no, I see Van being too squirmy. He's gonna be able to get up at times, but I think for the most part, Tyra's gonna control him and get the decision over 5 rounds, except if he gets tired. But I'm hoping Van wins. I'm hoping he wins just so he could rematch Pantoja and really prove that he deserves to be the champion. But I'm gonna do Taira by decision. Fight of the night, no. And on the main event of the evening, Sean Strickland versus Chimaev. Of course, I'm with Chimaev like everybody else. Though everybody else thinks that he's just gonna pull another boring decision because that's how he won his title on his last time out, but that's not gonna happen, man. Chimaev is a finisher. He finished everybody except Kamaru Usman, Dricus du Plessis, and Gilbert Burns, and these are people that were former champions. Gilbert Burns was close to being a champion. So yeah, I think Chimaev's gonna finish him. If he doesn't sub him, I hope he knocks Sean Strickland out, because Chimaev can do that, man. Chimaev's got a good right uppercut and right hook / cross. He could do it. He could fake the takedown and catch Sean Strickland. He's got the power for it. and he's got the skill for it. Sean Strickland likes that Philly shell style. He can have his hands down sometimes. He can get caught, definitely can get caught, especially if he's reaching down to defend the takedown. I can see that happening. So Chimaev by, let's be bold, TKO. If this happens, it's gonna be most likely the round 1, but I guess we're round 2. Of course, Chimaev. I mean, of course, Strickland can win. Of course, Chimaev's cardio is still, still suspect. Most likely than not, Chimaev's gonna get the win. I want to give a few shout outs here for the prelims. The main event of the preliminary card is Teba Gautier against Ozzy Diaz. Gautier's been just sending everybody to the land of Winston Ghost. I think that's the same thing that's gonna happen here. No surprise. That's why they're putting it on the main event of the prelims. Joel Alvarez. So yes, the Gautier fight is just gonna be a slaughter. Ozzy is gonna be sacrificing lamb. Joel Alvarez versus Jaroslav Amazov. This is gonna be a great fight because Joel Alvarez, huge former lightweight, going up to welterweight for the second time, and anything can happen in this fight. Amazov is not the most exciting fighter, but he's a very good fighter. I want to see how Joel can defend the grappling here. It's pretty much grappler versus striker here. And Joel Alvarez is never on a boring fight. So the Spaniard, I hope he wins, man. I hope Topuria can get another a couple or a few other Spanish stars to rise with him, so they can go to Spain and do a massive event there. That would be so cool at the Santiago Bernabeu or wherever. Just don't go to Camp Nou. No Barcelona, please. We're Real Madrid here all the way. Grant Dawson Rebechki. I also want to watch this fight so bad. Rebechki is a lunatic. If you haven't seen him fight, please watch his fights. He's never on a boring fight. He doesn't believe in defense. He blocks punches with his head, I feel like. Grant Dawson should get the win here. Unless Rebechki runs him over, kind of like Bobby Green did. Kind of KOs him like Green did, which Rebechki has the power for it. But I see Dawson just dominating Rebechki and maybe subbing him on the ground. Maybe like a rear naked choke. Jim Miller, Jared Gordon, also looking forward to this fight. Jim Miller is a living legend at this point. He might have like the record of most fights after this one. I gotta look it up, but it's crazy. He's still fighting. Jared Gordon, I still think he beat Paddy Pimblett. He got robbed. And let's see the early prelims. Kapilov, Marco Tulio. That should be a good fight too. These two fighters are mostly on entertaining fights. Pat Sabatini, a little wrecking ball too. I think Pat Sabatini is gonna get the win against Gomes. Yeah, Gomes not the most entertaining fighter. Pat Sabatini, he's like a little energizer bunny. He's got a lot of stamina and he puts the pressure on people. I think he's gonna get the win here. And the Ochoa fight, man. Another Latino on the card, a fighter from Peru, I believe. Yeah, man, young guy, 25 years old. I seen him fight like 2-3 times, and I feel like he's a good prospect. He's got very good defensive grappling, very good stand-up. He's fast as hell, young, so he's still improving. I'm very excited about this prospect and what he can do. We need a star from Peru, man. We need a UFC Peru too, man. For my Peruvian friends. Let's go. All right, this been everything, and let me know if you guys have different picks. If you like the video, if you didn't like the video, dislike please. I want to get all the feedback that I can get. And yeah, subscribe too if you like what you saw. Peace.